I am Idika Imeri, and thank you very much for joining us in our program for tonight. In the afternoon session, we began by I would like someone to give us a summary. Please press *6 and give us a summary of what you remember about the afternoon session so that we can proceed from here. Those of you who were in the program, what did you pick out? What are you going to apply? Only if you're going to apply what you're about to tell us, then press *6 and talk to us, and press *6 to meet yourself again. Thank you. What did you pick out?
I was created in the likeness of God.
All right.
To me, what I think from it is I was created in the likeness of God, which means I can also create like God. God did create.
Okay.
So I can change my life by my words, creating my own world, my own life.
Okay.
I can use the word of God and my words to create and change my life.
All right. Is there somebody else that has something to tell us that will help everybody else around the world? Well, if not, let's carry on with today. Exposing people and forces that doesn't like you. There was this man that told a story during a gathering, and he told a story about. I hope everyone can hear me very clearly. Please, I hope everyone can. Okay. Mary, can you hear me very clearly? Okay. Okay. This man told a story about how he worked very hard and he bought a plane. He bought a plane, and then there was a conference that was going on, and someone came to attack him. Why should he buy a plane? This man needed a jet to fly from place to place in the United States to do his business, because he's a businessman. He had to travel to work for his money. And at that point, his business has grown to the extent that he needed a jet. He had the money to buy many jets if he wanted, but he just wanted one. One was enough for him and his family. Many things we see people have, we think it's a show. They have it because it's a necessity. It's what makes them feel that they are who they are. And so this man was attacking him that the money he used to buy a jet, he would have used it, he would have given it to charity. And he was saying, if I gave it to charity, how much refund would I have gotten back from the government? The man did not respond back. So At another occasion, the man who was opposing him for having just a common jet. I mean, a jet is not common, but for people who have money, it doesn't mean anything because it's like a taxi. It's what they need to travel around to do their business, their assignment. So in another occasion, he saw that man, that's a man who was opposing him, telling him that he's now he's no longer what he said he used to be because he bought a jet. He told that man, he said, well, I have thought very seriously, and I have thought of, I felt that I should give you my jets because I may not need it anymore. Come and see how the man who was opposing him jumped up that he was being given a jet. He was now bragging about the same man he was opposing, telling good things about him. So when it was time for him to come and get the jet, the man said to him, I now know that you are a parasite and a hypocrite. So for me to have a jet to do my business is a sin, is something that offends your religion. But for you to have the same jets is something that pleases you and your God, and something that really is a good thing. So I can now tell that you don't like me. You don't want me to own a jet. You don't want me to own nothing. Simply because it is I that own it. But if it is you that own it, there's nothing wrong about it. Why I'm going here tonight is this: exposing those who don't like you. In the afternoon, we discussed about that there are people who don't like you, and we laid a foundation for it. And I pointed out to you humans and supernatural forces who don't like you. And I gave you the exact and the original framework for it, foundation for it, that cannot be argued. From sacred scriptures, you saw it, is there. I didn't make you read too many things. I summarized it for you in the afternoon. This evening, exposing those that doesn't like you, both open and secret people who don't like you. Joseph had a dream twice. He had two dreams that mean the same thing. The dream talked about him being a savior of the world, the minister of food, a person who, through his genius, will be able to feed the world when there will be no food. And he will do it by being a governor. Everyone see Joseph's story as he climbed the ladder. He is at the top. Now what next? Nothing. He got the money. He got the wealth. He's now a ruler. His brothers came and bowed down before him. The entire come and That's all we see. That's what we want to be. Let people know we are here. We got this. We got that. We have achieved some degrees. We have achieved this. We got children. We got married. We have gold, pearls. We have diamonds. We have pure silver. Things, a Rolls Royce, we boast, but we don't see why he was given that position. See, there's a place where you struggle a whole lot, then you achieve something. Those are natural strength. But there is also a combination, an intermingling of natural strength and supernatural strength. And that is when God is in charge of your proceedings. He gave you a dream that announces, you see, a dream announces who you are and what you are here to do. Please write that down. Very powerful key. Jonathan, Idika Imeri. A dream, a real dream from God announces who you are and what you came to do. So simply because you've received a dream and you've told your dream, whether God gave you a dream or you've opened your the big old mouth, nothing is wrong by having a big old mouth. I love it. I like people who have big old mouth as long as they use it rightly. Excuse me. So Joseph opened his big old mouth and announced who he was, who he is, who he's going to become. And that created rivalry. Doubt around ancient rivalry. And where was this rivalry? Where was this clash? Rachel, Leah, and their mates and their children. They now remembered that Joseph is the son of the woman they hated. They did not like her. See, when you read the Bible, you don't see those things. But when I read the Bible has a mouth. The Bible is a television book for me. That's why when I read a little thing in the Bible, I'm watching a TV as I'm reading it. It's showing me, and at the same time I'm watching, I'm also hearing an audio of what people were saying. It's very strange. I'm praying to God that through the work of being a priest, the work of being a bishop, the work of ministry, serving Jesus, working for him full time, will give me the money I need so that I will never have to worry about money because I have everything I need in life and everything has been set in place that brings in money every second. I have my businesses running so that I can do the work of ministry without asking anybody for a nickel and a dime. Because what people saw in the story of Joseph, and that is what draws people to these stories in the Bible, is, oh, he became the big boy. And that's all they saw. They didn't see that that position is an assignment, is a destiny. They don't see it. And that is why people want to become presidents. They want to become leaders, rulers. And they were not anointed for those positions. Now, let me announce to you all, and I want you to tell everybody what I'm going to tell you. By the time Donald Trump will end his presidency, I'm telling you what heaven told me last week. And I've been wondering how I'm going to tell the world. By the time I'm going to do a separate broadcast about this, I'm not attacking him. I don't have anything to do with him. I don't hate him. I don't like him. I don't hate him. I don't like him either. It's not about the president, it's about him as a man, as a human being. Because when you cross certain lines, I will never like you, neither will I hate you. That's what I was told. By the end of his presidency, there would be more people in America with mental problems than has ever been in the history of this nation. There will be more people with mental breakdowns. That's how his presidency will be remembered. There will be more people with mental problems than any other time in American history. His presidency is an open door to the spirit of deaf and dumb. Just like the presidency of Obama was a weird presidency, very weird. It was a presidency that was rushed, too quick, trying to make people go too fast, forcing people to move too quickly. See, when you are a leader and a ruler, you go very gently. That's why I go this way I go. That's why you see me do things when it is things that are gonna lay a foundation. I go very slowly. I don't rush it. Obama's presidency was rushed, and that brought about a lot of bitterness and hatred between races. People became afraid of where they are heading because his presidency was hasty and very weird. Just like Clinton's presidency opened the door for the spirit of immorality and party spirit. Just as the presidency of George Bush Sr. and Jr. opened the door for bitterness and warfare between the Western world and the Islamic world, and it will never end. So that you can see that I'm not against Trump, because I'm telling you what the other wants. So in case you think, yeah, it's about Trump, no, I'm telling you what also is happened, what also happened in the other people's presidency. And these are things that God showed me. So you cannot go and just pick and choose. You are not allowed to pick and choose when it comes to my business or my ministry. You are not allowed to pick and choose. If you want to pick and choose, go away and go and find where you've always been before and continue there. I used to think in those days that when people leave our churches or our specialized ministries, that we won't have money anymore. There was somebody that was really, really helping us in money from a foreign country in Asia in those days, about 5 years ago. And the person quickly just withdrew for no reason. And then they went and started their own group somewhere there in Asia. And they didn't even discuss with me because I would have blessed them and let them go. And today they are nothing. When that person withdrew their finances, that same day, God gave me 4 people who gave me more money than that guy, was a guy, and someone from Asia, than that guy has ever given me throughout the time that that guy was with me. And when I went to the altar to go and show God what just happened, he said, I am doing this to tell you, if anybody leaves you, never worry about that person. If anyone disappoints you, never worry about that person. I learned that lesson very quickly when I realized that my very mom who gave birth to me cannot defend me, neither any of her children. My father will stand for any of us, not my mom. I learned that a long time ago. That's why I moved away from my mother very quickly. I knew that my senior brother, no matter how much money I used to establish him in business, including inheriting my father's business, will never do well, no matter how much prayer and fasting you do, because that is who he is naturally. I moved away. I look at all my uncles who remained after the curse that I released on them and they started dying like flies. Those who remained became afraid. I didn't need any help since I finished high school. It was basically my father that trained me. I've never asked any human being for a nickel or a dime, for a penny. Up to today. Exposing people who do not like you. Simply because Joseph was appointed to be a ruler, a governor, in order to govern and help Pharaoh rule. And through that office, he will be able to be a savior. That's the main thing. But people look at the position, they don't look at the responsibility and duty. Let me tell you something else you need to be aware of that I was told a few days ago. Either your rulers and your leaders in your jobs, in your churches, in your nation, those who make laws, those who sign their signature, whether they know what they are signing or not. Because everyone who is occupying a place of power is not a leader. There are people who just love to be in charge. Those people are different from those who are leaders, whether born or trained to be. There are people who seize power to become kings and queens. They are not elected, they are not elevated into that office. It's simply that they love those offices. They love to be the ones in charge. So you have to differentiate between the two. Obama wasn't a leader. Trump is not a leader either. Bush is a leader. Bush Jr. is a leader. Jimmy Carter is a leader. Bush Sr. is a leader. Reagan is a leader. I can name the president of the United States who are leaders. And I can tell you those who just seize power, who are just there to serve signature. I can tell you. Trump is not a leader. Mitt Romney is a good governor, but he's not a leader. A leader of people who cannot be swift, who don't jump up and down. Today they tell you one thing, next day they tell you another thing, they lie to you, all kind of stuff. Those are no leaders. For people who worried you, or people who delay, no. They are balanced people. So why didn't they like Joseph? Because they saw the office. They did not see the service. Without the office, Joseph would not have saved his foolish brothers who sold him. So how do you know those who don't like you? Exposing them here. When they sell you to witchcraft, listen, if you want to unmute yourself, if there is no noise around you, unmute yourself. Because I want to interact with some of you. I'll call you by name and ask your opinion. If there is no noise around you, you can unmute your phone. How you know those? See, tonight I'm going to ask God to expose everyone in your life, in your job, in your church, in your religion, in your nation, everyone in your family. Everyone who follows you, everyone who has made proposition to marry you or is marrying you, or you're about to divorce somebody. I'm going to ask God to expose even you yourself. That God should expose you. Because you may not know it or you may not think it. But what you are doing and saying, how you are acting and thinking is revealing that you don't like the prosperity of somebody. You don't like the position that person is occupying. You want to be in that position. While I'm remembering something now, let me hit it right away. How you will know that you are somebody who does not like somebody. You asked me to pray for you. You got a job that pays you $40 an hour. You never made that kind of money. One week after I've given you that job, you are at your job working. And you start being stressful, complaining about the job. You had no job for almost a year until you met me. And I call a job into your life. $40 an hour, you've never made that kind of money since you were born. Suddenly, 2 weeks or a week later, you are now complaining, yeah, this money is not enough for me to drive a Mercedes Benz, to drive this, to live in this kind of house. When you came to my ministry, you were living in a shack. You were shacking up with a man somewhere and put up with all his stupidity. And you had nowhere to go. And suddenly doors have opened to you and you are now complaining. You were making how much? $15 an hour, and now you're making 40. You guys have no idea how much offensive those kind of people are to me. How offensive they are to me. It's a sign how you know people who carry this kind of thing. We are talking about exposing people who don't like you. Instead of them honoring you, instead of them feeling good, celebrating the job they've just gotten, they are complaining about everything. And very soon, they are fighting with doctors and nurses and attorneys and co-bankers, co-workers, and they are thrown out of the job. And every law I gave them to keep in the job, they threw it out. For example, if you work with a doctor, never befriend that doctor. If you work with a nurse, leave your co-workers alone. Never share your personal issues with anyone at your job. Never. Never, even if you're drunk, even if you've been smoking something, don't let anything that is personal things come out of your mouth at your job. Never. And many people who have come to me and landed great jobs, 150,000 jobs, they all lost it because they cannot keep simple law from me. They take what I'm doing for granted. It's just ordinary prophet, it doesn't really mean anything. And then when they are causing all these problems, they don't remember that their car will need to be paid for. Where they are living, they need to make rent. They need food, gas in their car, utilities will need to be paid. And when I discover that you are a spirit of foolishness, I will abandon you very quickly. Because foolish people do not think before they spend money. They don't think before they walk out of their job. They don't think because they start to bully people and behave foolishly. And they lose a lot of those things, a lot of good stuff. And then there will be need. And then you will see that man becoming a prostitute, or that woman begin to sell her body, one openly or secretly. Why? Because they did not think about all this. Impulsive things for immediate emotional charges, immediate emotional feel good will destroy your life and make you to remain in the position of standstill forever. All that Joseph brother saw was, oh, you are now going to be ruler over all of us. Are you serious? Potiphar never saw even that Joseph was to be a governor or was given an assignment of delivering the world from hunger. None of them saw it. Joseph's family didn't see it. Potiphar did not see it. But Joseph knew it. How do you deal with those kind of people? You forgive them and you forget them. Joseph did not really have much to do with his family members. He didn't. He kept them far away from him. For those of you who think that when you forgive people, you welcome them back, Joseph never welcomed his family back. He brought them to do the assignment and responsibility. They were part of his assignment. He saw it in that dream. That's why he brought them in. Not that they are warriors, except for his father and his father's wives and his brother Benjamin, and maybe one or two of his brothers from Rachel. And that's it. For the rest of them, he cared less. That's why when Jacob died, his brothers came and had a meeting that now Joseph is going to revenge on them. They now had a meeting to come and plead for their lives because they now knew that the person who used to protect them from their foolishness was now dead, which was their father. Their father was the mediator between them and Joseph. And now he was gone, and they were sure that Joseph was either going to hang them all or kill them all, one way or the other. And they came to him and knelt down to plead for their lives. Shortly after Jacob died. How people treat you, the bad things they do to you, tells you, even if they did it one time, it reveals their true nature. So even if they come back to apologize, accept the apology, but put a black box them. put a black asterisk on their forehead. Don't let them go. Don't let them walk away. Anytime, keep an eye on them. Because there's something inside them that doesn't like you. They are only apologizing because they got caught. See how a man or a woman treats you before the marriage and in the marriage. Few weeks after signing the paper that both of you are going to work together. That's what we call marriage. Watch and pray. Open your eyes. See, many of you pray and walk away. I pray and stand still and open my eyes to watch. Jesus says, watch and pray. Many of you are just praying. You are not watching. Chante, did you get it? Mary, did you get it? Vicky, did you get it? Jesus said, watch and pray. He didn't say pray. He did not say pray and walk away. He said, watch and pray. While you're doing what you're doing, be watching. People that you, that's why keep them near you so that you know how they are thinking. So that by the time they make any move, you already hit them. Boom. If you're already in a marriage, watch the way that woman treats you, the way that man treats you, what they buy for you, how they honor you. We are talking about exposing people who don't like you, or people who came to compete with you, or people who think that you don't know, you don't deserve to be in that position. Did Joseph deserve to be in that position? By natural means? No. Did Moses? No. Did Elijah and Elisha? No. Did David? No. Did Solomon? No. By birth, by the way things should occur, it's very hard for you to see somebody in the Bible who qualified for their position. But yet, God saw their natural inclination. He saw their willingness. He saw their ability to receive corrections. He saw the ability to sit and think, why are things happening to me? What is it that I'm doing wrong? God saw in each of these people God came to, God saw in them the willingness to change, the willingness to accept correction without getting offended. This has nothing to do with leadership position where if you see people who want to run what you are doing or remove your life from you, you should fight for your life. That's different. What I'm talking about is different from that. But there are places where you make major decisions, who should stay and who should be eliminated. You must have it. This has nothing to do with church whatsoever. It's about your success in life. If God was to be stupid, he would have forgiven Lucifer and demons and all fallen angels and said, let's continue as though nothing has happened. Is that what God did? No. He changed them, removed them from his presence. Many of you don't think about that. There is a piece of land in your family. Who was it given to? Did they remember you? When your uncles and your aunties were sharing land that belonged to the family, did they include your family? Did they include you? When there was a car to be given away, did they call you to ask you, do your daughter need a car or your son need a car? Do you need a piece of land to build? None call you. Instead, they're asking you to bring money for them to buy you a piece of land in the country where you originally born. The same people who have a lot of land that they will have given you one or two, they will never do it. They are doing nothing with those land. And yet, when they are sick, they are calling you for you to bring your money to take them to the hospital. While their own children are living in Austria and Belgium and Czech Republic, Romania, Russia, China, Dubai, etc., and all over the Western world. My father's brother's children and his people, this is what they were doing. When somebody died, people that don't even know how we are even connected. Then they will call me for me to bring money. My mother will be the first to call me. Oh, this so person died. We need to bring money out of the family. It happened once, twice. I said, Mommy, sit on the phone. Let me talk to you. Tell everybody to leave you. He did. I said, send my senior sister to be on the phone. She did. I said, Victoria, listen very carefully. I want you to be in this conversation. My sister's name is Victoria. Okay? So I said, Victoria, be on the phone with Mommy so that you can hear. There's another sister called Joy. I said, you have to be on the phone too. So two of them were there. The two of them have head. They have a good head on their shoulders. I said, Mommy, from now on, if anybody die in the family, do not involve our nuclear family. Don't involve the Imeri's family. Don't involve the family of the marriage. That's what my family is. Don't involve us. You can involve your own family. You could keep them family. You can involve your own, but not my father's own. You have to reach a place where you can sit down and talk comfortably with your mother and father and let them know. Because your mother and father will be under witchcraft. You give them money, they go and give to people you don't know in their own family. I'm not trying to be a leader of my family. It was given to me, not by birthright, but by oath. By oath, I swore before my father. He handed it over to me. I didn't answer it. So there's nobody who is coming to fight over anything because there's nothing even there for anybody to fight over. And if anybody want to fight over what is there, that person is going to go. So my mom, that's the last time you ever call any member of the family of the mothers. Don't ever. Don't call us, me and my siblings, to contribute to any idiot that has never contributed to any of us. How many of these people have contributed to you since I was born? How many of them? She was quiet. She said, no. Said, so why are you then involved with them? She was quiet. So, Mommy, thank you for listening to me. I listen to you. And I do everything you ask me to do for you and for those who qualify. In your family too. And in my father's family. Only those who qualify. It's a help me help you situation. Those who want you to help them and their children, but they cannot help you and their children, they don't like you. Try. You want to buy love with money. Go ahead and buy and see whether they will still love you. God divided the Red Sea through Moses, dealt the dirty blow, dropped atomic bomb of angelic disasters in Egypt. They saw it. The children of Israel all saw it. They saw God honors them and took revenge against the Egyptians. And they opened the Red Sea. They all passed through. He drowned Pharaoh and his people. He drowned them. And Egypt never tried after that to come and pursue the Israelites, except when the Israelites went back on God's word. The Jordan divided many times. Under Elijah, under Elisha, under Joshua. They saw miracles upon miracles. They ate angelic food called manna. Big miracles, small miracles, they saw it. The dead were raised. People were given children who couldn't bear children. They all saw it. All the good things God did for them did not move them. They still hated God, and they still went and bowed down before Moloch, before Baal, especially Baal. If there is any official in the world of Satan who is very crafty and a master of deceit, is Baal. A gentleman of the highest proportion. And yet, he's a false prophet. You have no idea until you hear how Baal speaks. Very nice. Very respectful. I'm serious. Very respectful. The most religious entity I've ever seen is Baal. That's why immediately you drop out of worshiping God Almighty, you immediately start worshiping Him without even knowing it. Very slick. And that is why you see throughout the history of the Israelites in the Old Testament, they were always serving Baal. Little time they will serve God, many times they will serve Baal. That's why a lot of religion you think is about God. It's not about God who made the heavens and the earth. We are talking about exposing people who don't like you. Because your children now are doing very well, you have to think about it and call me to do something with you about it. You've been able to go to school, have a great job, retired very well. Everything is going good for you. You have no worry in life. And some people look at you and say, hey, your children are coming to repeat the same pattern and become wealthy like their mother or like their father. Let's see how this is going to happen. When your children are in college or high school, which of your people ask about their welfare? Who came to help you to raise your kids, to train your kids? Who spend their money? Not you buying them an air ticket or a Greyhound bus ticket or an express bus Chinese bus ticket in New York or in the East Coast. Sometimes people who want you to buy them this, to buy them that, before they will come and see you and give you, I think it's wrong. They want to come and visit you. Your very people want to come and visit you. And they want you to give them money for them to come and visit you. They have land to sell. They're collecting rent from their houses, their real estate. And yet, it's your money that is better. Your money is sweeter. In order for you to be a true sister or a true brother. Forget it. I cannot even say that they should kiss our butts. Because our butts are gold and diamonds. So they cannot even, it's too costly for them to even come near. They can't pay for it, so forget about it. If they cannot buy a good quality, you know how much a good quality underwear is from Hugo Boss. Or from all the different fashion lines in the world. You know how much one good underwear costs? You can't even afford that. You are only their sister and their brother because you give them money. I've passed that stage in my life. Whoever doesn't like me can go to hell. That's their problem. That person, we say in the system I come from, whoever doesn't like me can go and die in the bush so that I don't see them die. Let them go and die in the bush. People want to make you think they're important when they are not important at all. And they know how to manipulate you to make you feel that they are good, whereas they are no good. It's your money that they are using. Exposing those who do not like you, exposing them. They need to be exposed. Those who do not like your nation, those who do not like your family, those who do not like your religion, those who do not like your education, who do not like your paycheck. Your children are now doing good in college. They are doing good in high school. And suddenly they drop out. There is a place where children want to drop out because they feel that they don't need it. They don't need no high school, no college. There are children who say, can I go straight into what I'm called to do? There's a place for that. But what about if the person is academically inclined, professionally training inclined, and suddenly they don't want it no more? They don't want to have a job. They don't want to do anything. They just want to, they become depressed and so on. Call me and I'll deal with it. They want to have a little job. They want to start their own little family, and there is no foundation for them. There is somebody who doesn't like you sometimes, who is calling them, who is sending dark clouds to hang around your case. There are times the day you get married, the day you went to church to celebrate your marriage, to tell the whole world that now you've arrived, you're now married, you went to court, sign those papers. That's the day that people go and announce that you become nothing and that that marriage is destroyed from the word go. And of course, people who came to come and eat your food and drink your alcohol, people who came to come and dance your dance, to celebrate your marriage, also have charms. They have bad juju in their pockets that they came with and in their cars. Into the church, but a lot of churches, there's no power there. So people can come in with different things and give somebody a blow right in the church. Samantha, you understand what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Jamaicans call it a blow. You went to church, you came out with a headache. 1 hour after you came back from church, your head feels like it's going to break and they rush into the hospital. Next thing, you have a stroke. Next thing, the person is almost about to die. And they call Idika Imeri to intervene. And they don't know what is it. You went to church and somebody in the church came with a blow and gave you the blow. I'm not talking about things that happen as a natural thing, that you're not taking care of yourself. You don't know how to take care of yourself as you're growing older. Instead of growing younger backward, you're fast rushing towards the coffin. That's different. Sickness is different from somebody giving you a blow. What we mean by a blow is somebody doing something evil, releasing an evil spirit against you, releasing an accumulated negative imagination or thoughts and release it upon you while you are in where you went to. So it's not everybody who came to come and dance and eat with you and drink with you, they came for that. We are talking about exposing those who don't like you, exposing those who don't like your children. You start a business, it flourishes. You do not know that your business doing very well has made you enemies. You may not even know when they sneak in a staff who come in to come and be an eye for them and to destroy that business. If they cannot destroy it from afar, they will destroy it from within, exposing those who don't like you. It doesn't take me a long time to to find out those who do not like me, who do not like what I'm doing in ministry or in business. Doesn't take me long. Doesn't take me long to know those who can or cannot protect my interests or protect me as a person, or those who mock me. Very easy for me to know. It should not take you long for you to know those that you should not tell anything private or personal, because they came to sell you. There are people in your life who are trying one thing or the other until they can get you in order to go and sell you to the vampires, to the werewolf, or to go and sell you to the cycle of darkness and of witchcraft. And that's basically what they came to do. There are people who came to steal from you and cover it up with love and chocolate and strawberry and movies. They never will buy you a quality car, a brand new car. Never will they buy a house to settle you. If they do, it's for themselves. When something happens, they tell you can pack and leave this house. You didn't buy. You know. You will know them by their fruits. After all you have is a high school. You are a high school graduate. I hold a PhD. I make more money than you. And that person do not know that it is your shining. It is the blessing that you came with that made that person to begin to prosper. You walk away, everything crumbles. I have never had one single person that left my ministry under accusation or judgment that went and prospered. No, never had it. There was a church that I was pastoring, and people insulted me there because I was not their kind. I wasn't their type. I wasn't from their tribe. I cursed them seriously. When it comes to me, I don't forgive. Especially when I find out that you carefully sat down and had a meeting against me, I don't forgive you. As long as this earth remains, if I forgive you, it's in secret, but I forget about you, and I will still put a curse on you. I'm very serious. I'm very open about this. I don't owe no apology to anybody. I don't want anybody to come to me and be writing stupid things. Jesus said we shall forgive. Go ahead. You'll be forgiving until they kill you. That's when you learn your lesson. Because you've had no nasty experiences. That's why you are talking about those kind of stuff. And I will show you the same Bible where Jesus cursed people. The whole 1 or 2 chapters, he was cursing people all through. You have no idea of the God you worship and you serve. You have no idea when God wants to punish people, how nasty he can be. Stay there and preach your forgiveness gospel and your peace gospel. Those are part of the gospel, but it's not the total gospel. Because the gospel has to do with warfare also. That's why I don't go to churches where they preach ABCD gospel. I don't like those things. But I think it's a mockery and an insult, disrespect and dishonor to who I am. I go to sit down under a pastor who comes to tell me unnecessary stories that I cannot even think, cannot even excite my intellect, how much more excite my spirit for me to go and do something with it. And you go and sit down there day after day, month after month, year after year, till the day you die. Exposing those who don't like you. Just by coming from the Caribbean, Africa, United States, just by being African American or African, white American or European, Mediterranean, Caribbean, Middle Eastern, European, Asian, Indian, Chinese, Korean, Japanese. You've already created a decision in people's mind about you. Why should you be in charge of that job? Look at you. It should be me that should be in charge. And they start to connive how to get rid of you. That's why I operate the kind of ministry that I operate. When somebody is against you, you call me. You don't need no gun. You don't need no knife. You don't need to go about talking and quarreling with somebody. Call me. Because in the kingdom of darkness, that's how they settle stuff also. I hope you know it. Somebody did you wrong, you don't even show it in your job. You smile. You say, how are you? Let's go and drink coffee, and you don't know that person has a lot against you. When they will go to the circle, that's when the person is going to talk. In the public, they will never show that they hate you of what you said or what you did. Until they go to the circle, then they will talk about it and lay their hand there and call your name. And they will say exactly that what they want you to be heard. Many of you don't know the deep things of this earth. I didn't used to know, but I grew up to see it all and to be fortunate to know it. In the kingdom of God, we don't talk about what we want to do. The real things we do, we don't talk. We don't show you. It's hidden. You only see the action. You don't hear. You don't know when it starts or when it or how it's gonna end. That's why it comes suddenly. There is no announcement. Angels don't announce that they are coming to the earth. They don't. God does not even announce. Have you read the Bible to know that if God, where have you ever seen that when God is about to send an angel on an activity to the earth, that he will announce to human being or to other forces that he's sending an angel? Because they are God's agents. They are God's secret agents. God doesn't tell anybody. He does not. They suddenly appear. And that's how those of us who are in the supernatural, specialized kind of church ministry, that's the way we operate. The real me, nobody knows. I'm not allowed to talk about who I am. What I really do, I don't allow any human being to know it. It's not allowed. Samson did it, he paid a price for it. That's why Jesus is the Son of God. Never, never, never. He didn't say much about him being a Son of God. He spoke about himself as the Son of Man. You will see the Son of Man coming in his glory. He elevated himself as a human, then talked more about himself as God or Son of God. Just in few places he spoke about it. Very few. You are doing well at your job. People at home, people in other countries who are your relatives, your siblings, and they don't like it. You started building a house. You bought a home. You are into real estate. You bought a nice car. Hear what people are gonna say. Hear, will they call you to congratulate you? Do they mean it? Who is it that calls you to find out about your welfare and the welfare of your kids and send you money, not just call? Because there are people who call just to talk. But when it comes to helping you, they can't. Who calls you? and blesses you. That's what we are talking about. How do you know those who don't like you? Oh, you think that you want to become a young again? Look at you. You are now wearing mini skates, tight jeans, boots. I'm wearing a boot tonight. How I feel good about me. I'm still celebrating that I came to New York. I love New York. I'm wearing it tonight. Hmm. No, look at you. You think you are gonna still be in your 20s? Yes. You think that you are every day young? Really? First of all, I was instructed that I should never dress like people in my age. You should know that about me. And you should know that I come from the depth of secrecy in which what drives us is beauty. So you should know that about me. I'm driven by beauty. I'm driven by power. I'm driven by luxury. When somebody succeeds, I celebrate. Those who don't celebrate you are your enemies. Those who don't like you, you shouldn't like them. Those who do not want to contribute to your welfare, you should never contribute to their welfare, not to the welfare of their children. Good. I was admitted to the hospital when the outer lining of my heart inflamed because I opened myself. That was the first year I came to America. I opened myself to cold. I love the cold weather, love going to run and do all kind of sports in the cold, go ice fishing, all kind of stuff. And my heart went out of rhythm. You can hear the sound of my heart from far away. I mean, physically. Took 2 days in cardiac rehab for my heart to go back to rhythm. How do I know those who love me? They came to visit me and they brought me a gift. They didn't just bring me a card. Somebody like Suzanne, she's a professor of music somewhere in that territory. She and her husband, Bob, yeah, all those people I'm talking about, they are all white people. Majority of those who follow my ministry or those that helped me to have a foundation in America, all of German or Norwegian descendants. All of them. She brought me my favorite ice cream. I'm in the hospital, in my hospital bed. She brought me my favorite ice cream. And she couldn't wait for Sunday to come when I would be discharged. She took me, this white lady took me, she's from South Carolina, she took me straight from the hospital with her husband, Bob, who is a car dealer, straight to the clothing place to buy me all my winter clothing. Because they went to my home and looked through my clothes and said, so this is your winter coat. I said, yes. And they were laughing. And they said, this cannot hold the kind of winter we have here. This is Wisconsin. Baby boy, this is Wisconsin. This is near to Canada. 2, 3 hours you are in Canada. Where I was in Wisconsin is just right there is Canada. By Lake Superior. Woo! They said this is not winter coat. This is for spring. And I came back with bags of winter clothes. They were so heavy. It was like David being told to wear soldier's clothes. My body couldn't handle that. I got to become adjusted to it. The clauses also came with Aboriginal white family that raised me in America. They came with a bunch of clothes and stuff and boots. That's how you tell those who loves you. And money too. And food. And people will tell you, go home, stay well, don't be sick. And they don't care whether you even understand the culture or not. You know, I borrowed money to pay my air ticket to America. It's the same girl, the same lady from South Carolina that looked at me and she said, listen, what's the problem? And I told her, a white lady from South Carolina. I said, well, I borrowed money and came here. I just got a letter from the bank manager back in Africa telling me that when I settle down and I start working, he's willing to wait even if it's a year or two for me to start paying him. And that I'm brought up in a family in which we don't owe anybody money. And that worries me that I owe him. My church didn't have money. The entire church in Nigeria didn't have money to buy me an air ticket. I will not forget it. I went to them to ask them for money. They didn't have money. That's what they told me. Because it wasn't my type that goes overseas. They had no idea what God's plan. I made sure that I kept everybody away. I mean, they had a hint about the kind of ministry that I was doing back there. But for it to become something like this, I kept it away from them all, including my family members. Suzanne took me, said, enter the car, let's go, son. She went to the bank and counted the exact money I owed them in the bank in Nigeria, and she gave it to me to send it to them. In one day, I pay off, I think it was like between $2,000 to $3,000. That's the first time that I've ever borrowed money. I paid off in one day. Now I was paying back Susan until I finished it. Very, very quickly. Never did anything with the money. I would just pay it until I finished. Very, very nice people. Very nice white people. Very, very kind. Very good. That's how you know those who like you. They look at your face and they can tell that something is wrong. A good woman look at her children and know who is sad, who is sick, what's wrong. They know. A good father too. And mostly mothers. Every father is not like me. When it comes to raising kids, I'm a spoiler. I spoil my children and reach a place where their mother felt threatened and said that when the children grow up, they may not know her. Can you imagine that? And all I was doing was relieve her from burden as a mother. Because there are men who don't care about doing laundry, about cooking, vacuuming the floor, mowing the grass, giving the children a bath, feeding them, staying with them all throughout the night until they play, until they get exhausted, and you put them in bed. Taking them to school, bringing them back, that was all my job. And I've learned a lesson. Sometimes you are too nice. People take it for granted. And I can assure you that there are men and women, as long as the other party is working, has a job, or has money, they will refuse to have a job. They will refuse to bring money to the family. When they are on their own, necessity will force them to go and work. Not that they love to work. There are a lot of people who don't like having a job. They are only doing it because they do not want their colleague to mock them that they are working on food. They don't have no car, they don't have this, they don't have a home. That's why they have a job. They are not doing it because they love it. They are not doing it because they want to put money away and have a business or investment. That's not why. They're talking about exposing people who don't like you. They don't care whether it's your father and mother. If you find out they don't like you, you have to abandon them quickly. The Bible did not say that we should love parents who are evil. Because some people go to that extreme. Even if your mother and father want to kill you, they don't care about you. You have to honor them because they are your parents. Are you kidding me? It's like saying, long live the queen. Even though the queen is a thief and is killing people, is a murderer. Let us pray for the queen. Are you serious? Death to the queen if she's wicked. Bible doesn't ask me to pray for wicked leaders. If they don't like me, I don't like them. You bring out your money and you train people, help people, and they don't remember you. And then they still come back to come and get some more. Not me. They don't even come back to say thank you. And you still want to play family. It's over between that person and I. You see the side of me that is my animal name. None of you know. Every one of us born into our family, like myself, you have an animal of nature. And they tell you ahead of time what creature you are. And that's exactly who you are. That's why I'm not allowed to engage in a fight. Because somebody's gonna die. I'm just being truthful to all of you. I hope none of you will stay around my boss when he calls me by my name. You've never heard it before. It's only my elders that call me that. People want you to be stupid so that they can like you. When you are stupid, they will like you. When you are a fool, they will like you. When you have knowledge, intelligence, smartness, wisdom, they won't like you. Because you are going to question their integrity. You are going to question who they are. And it's not everything that you should question people. There are certain things people do. You should just look and walk away because it's not worth it. It's not worth to engage people that you are not supposed to engage. People who are fools should not be engaged. Don't try to correct people who are fools because they will never like you. Simply because you've changed the way you look. You've changed the car you drive. You've changed your lifestyle. You are looking more beautiful now. Lady Gaga says that she will never leave her house. Even if it is to go to a convenience store to go and grab something real quick. She will never leave her house until she has put up a makeup. Why? Because there is a way she wants people to see her. A trademark. Look at Oprah. Oprah has her big head. That's not her real head. But she has a trademark. The way she wants people to see her. The kind of outfit she dresses that makes her Oprah. And people don't like that. Why are you trying to look different now? Trying to look young? Trying to use makeup? Trying to get a Botox? Trying to have surgery to reduce your belly? So you want me to die? That's the That's the only way you can like me, is when I grow a big tummy. That shows that I am eating really good. That doesn't show that you are eating good. That shows that you're on your way to death, or your way to sickness and problem and joint pain. Oh, you wanna reduce, you wanna lose weight. Why are you trying to lose weight? Really? He or she who feels it knows it. Am I lying? There are people who are naturally born to be big. Those people don't feel anything on their joint. Those kind of people, you can lift them up if you are serious, because they are very flexible in nature. That's why rhinos, elephants, if they start to run here, bison, you'll be like, wow, look at those big creatures, how they run. Because they don't feel it. They don't even know that they are big. So there are humans who are born that way. They are angels who are created big, very big, fat, and very tall. They are angels who are created to be that way. And those kind of angels always, you guys won't believe it, those fat, tall, like 10 inches, 12 inches, 20 inches angels, you will see them being sent to a tiny little person. And you are like, why? Because a little person needs a big angel to protect you. That's the way I think. I don't know why God is full of fun and comedy. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. Oh God. That's interesting. So I don't think that it's only us humans who are born to be big. There are angels who are created that way. The animals who are created that way. All of that is for a purpose. For those kind of people, you don't need to lose weight because you won't be able to lose anything. If you were born to be big, there's nothing you're going to do to lose weight. Because you are not going to feel no weight. That is who you are. You take care of yourself, you're still going to live to be 200 years old or more. And the skinny people will all be dying. So it all depends on your DNA. Exposing people, those forces, people who don't like you, they need to be exposed. They need to be exposed. And when they are exposed, you have to abandon them. I'm asking the Holy Ghost to expose everyone who doesn't like you. They should say something. They should do something. God should rattle the earth. The earth should quake. The water should foam. Waves, thunder, and lightning. Let not those who doesn't like you still come to eat with you. No. Still come to take money from you. No. Still come to use you. So still live with you. No. Those who don't like you will have to move on. Please listen to me. Those who don't like you must move on. I've seen husbands who decide not to live in America, but to live in Africa or in Asia and be coming to visit their wives. I've seen wives too, whose husband alone live in the Western world and the wife live back in their home country. And it reaches a point where that wife needs to come in or that husband needs to come in because everything has been put in place. And that woman is saying, no, husband, you can't come in here. He has a green card. You've given him his green card, but still you don't want him to come and live with you. Because you were using him to achieve something. And you finish achieving, and you're going to dump that person. Those who don't like you will dump you. And they will laugh at you that you are not smart. We are bringing this to you today so that you be careful. Because if you expose your emotion, somebody is going to exploit it. Somebody who doesn't like you is going to exploit your emotion. Is going to exploit your money. Is going to exploit you through marriage. Is going to exploit you through children. Is going to exploit you through immigration. And then they will dump you after using you. Don't allow it. If they can deceive you, they will never respect you. Remember when you will be watching this video or that similar, the last two videos we've made and the morning prayer video, you will see where it says donate now. If you tap on it, boom, you can go and make your donation for Idika Imeri Travel and Mission Fund, or Single Mothers Fund, or Scholarship Fund. God will talk to you about what to do. You want to pay your tithes, your offerings, or you want to